NBA game, might be a little low rate. Virgins, I really mean someone who's never done an ad with a content creator before. They're a little unfamiliar with the space, therefore it might be a little bit hit or miss. And good rates is legacy brands. If you can go on Walmart, Target and find it, if it's a brand that has like billions of dollars worth of value, chances are they have huge budgets and they may be allocating that to content creators. And events, honestly, events is crack because it's fun, one, it's an experience, two, it's good content to stream, three, and they be coming in with $1 million budget, they have to spend it. So they might as well spend it on you. So events is where I've been having the most fun doing recently. Anytime I get invited out to some shit, like negotiate a very high rate, especially if I don't have to fly and leave Atlanta, very, very convenient. So if you can start to build a portfolio of events, when the next brand hits you up, you can say, look at this thing I did with this brand over here, it did so well. You feel me? And so this is essential. You start to build a rapport with different brands. And just so you know, it's only a handful of people that hold all the money. So if you put a good impression on one, all of them are gonna start fucking with you. Subs, this one's actually pretty self-explanatory. If you're a smaller streamer, you may be on a 50-50. There's a way to get a 70-30. I don't know how it is because I got it a long time ago. I think the rules might have changed. Reach out to Twitch or whichever, if you're on Twitch at least, reach out to Twitch, bro. You're gonna want that 70-30 as soon as you can. As far as I know, there's no way to get above that anymore. There was back in the day, not anymore. Oh yeah, of course, bro. Anytime. Yo.
Hey, so if we have negotiated for that, I apologize. What do we start with? What's the average one?
So we'll get to that.
Okay.
That's gonna come later in this. Yeah. It's gonna help because you're gonna wanna, if you're pocket watching someone, you also wanna know how much they make off brand deals. All right, I'm actually gonna give you all an example. Chat, don't be weird. I'm gonna give you all an example of a rough month I had where I lost a lot of money and then a good month I had where I made a lot of money, just to give you an idea of what my pockets look like so you could better watch other people's pockets. Okay?
That's a month?
Huh? Oh wait, hold on. Where's Chris at? I don't know if this is the updated one because there was a pie chart here. Hold on, give me a sec, yo. Yeah, we have an updated one. Where's it at? Hey, give us 2 minutes. Y'all can discuss amongst yourselves, man. Where's the new one at, Chris? Can we, maybe I just have to refresh this?
It shows on why?
Oh, it's because I'm not connected to the internet.
Yeah, mine.
It's because my laptop was taken away at DC.
Got you.
Damn, it's like 30 connections in this bitch.
Is that a loss or is that That's a loss. That's a loss.
Okay. Boom. Connected back. Refresh. Boom. How do you full screen this? Is it F? You know how to full screen this, Chris? Slideshow. W. All right, quiet it down. Hey, so only reason I'm really showing niggas this is because like, as you make more money, there's some people that actually just pocket the difference, but I'm a content creator. I've been a content creator since I was 12. I like to be able to do cool shit. So you don't get a chance to do that unless you start generating real revenue. In the months where I generate more revenue, I do cooler shit. In the months where it's a little bit slower, I have to slow it down. It's a business at the end of the day. You can't run out of money, otherwise you have to sell your house. What's up?
What's your preferred method of outreach when it comes to reaching out to brands?
Anytime there's a brand I like, back in the day I used to just reach out. Now I have a management company and an agency. So if there's a company I like, I dead ass DM them. I DM Cinnabon 4 days ago. I DM Popeyes last month. I did a deal with them last week. So I just reach out. If there's a person I want on my stream, I just reach out. Yeah, just reach out. Dead ass. Sometimes I just say stuff on stream and then the people reach out. Literally, sometimes just say like, it'd be cool to do something with this guy. They might see the clip. So this was a rough month for me, January, in terms of revenue. Chat, you know this. We had the weight loss marathon this month. It was expensive, bro. The house rental alone was $80,000. It was another $80,000 on top of the rest of the expenses just for that marathon. I had to lose 25 pounds in 10 days. I gained all the weight back. But it was great content though. It was fantastic content, and that's all that mattered. And there was the rest of the expenses during the month. The different segments that you do. Anytime you need to rent something, buy something, move something, transport something, flights you're booking for people, the team that you have, the payroll. It's a business, bro, so there's gonna be a lot of expenses, and it tallied up to 350,000, my nigga. It's a lot, bro. What up, Tello?
Was like G League, was any of that a write-off?
All of it is write-off. Every business expense is write-off. This whole thing, yeah. My personal expense is not in this because that would be personal revenue split. Yeah, so there's a business, you know, agency, and then there's me personally. So I'm showing you guys this to also like give you confidence that like it's okay to spend money on idea even if you think it's not gonna make money. The reason why this was such a loser for us in terms of profit was because January has notoriously bad ads. And we didn't anticipate it was gonna be that bad. If we do this in December, the weight loss marathon would have been very profitable. It was horrible. Like it was like 1/3 of what I would have made.
What do you mean bad ads?
Like companies don't pay for a lot of ads in the quarter one, January, February, March. So what you want to do is, so it's like you're still gonna make content. You're not gonna not make content in those months. But I didn't realize how big of a difference it was gonna be. And at the time, I think some niggas pull ads from Twitch. It was just a bad time for ads, and so I lost maybe like $100,000 on that, and I wasn't able to make the money back in the rest of the month, which is okay because I was happy with the content though. That's what I'm saying. That's the whole point of today's lesson is like, yo, whoa, it's cool to lose money as long as you're happy with the content, because there's gonna be other ideas you have that make money that's not that high lift, that's not that high production. So this is what the revenue looked like for January on Twitch. You could tell it's a marathon because I had 300-hour stream. Yeah, correct, yeah. And I still lost money, crazy. So $120,000. So I really want y'all to focus in on this though. This is why I'm saying ads are really underrated. Do you see this purple section here? Those are ads. If I remove the ads, my budget is eviscerated. So I'm saying it's underrated because it's the main way I get to do cool stuff. It also helps convert subscribers because niggas want to subscribe if there's lots of ads, but I wouldn't recommend that because the main priority for small streamers is discovery. As you grow, I would recommend it more and more. But I really, truly believe it, bro. Like without ads, and you can see this split here, I pulled it up on purpose. Like on an average day in January, this is a marathon, so I was live the whole day. Keep in mind, there's ads playing the entire day, $4,000. And that's a bad day because if this was done in December, that's gonna be $20,000, $25,000. What's that?
Are these ads that they hit you up directly and
No, it's just Twitch ads. It's just Twitch ads. You know when you go to monetization tab, it's just the ads Twitch runs.
Oh, okay.
So no, in the months where you are buying more, advertisers are spending more. Black Fridays, Thanksgivings, niggas, and not put that fucking weight back on. That was the purpose, so I just had to do this shit in January. Otherwise, realistically, it would have made more sense to move it to December. So this was Twitch. This is what YouTube looked like. And this was also a pretty rough month on YouTube.
What channel is that? Is that everything?
This is my Agents or Everything channel. So this is where I put all my clips. This is where I put all my clips and stuff like that.
Oh, and they say sad. Oh, that's just like to read.
Yeah, but you gotta think. Like it's 120,000 on Twitch. It's 49,000. I didn't have any brand deals this month. And so unfortunately, because of the 350,000 expenses, I lost $140,000 in the month of January. Now, personally for me, the losses are all acceptable if I'm happy with the content. Now, if I was buying bullshit in January and I went negative, then that's okay. Also, you're gonna have negative months. You know, you buy a house for your mom, that's gonna be negative in the P&Ls, but that's a W for your life, bro. You get what I'm saying? So it's cool to take the L, even if it looks ugly, if it's something that you're proud of. So I'm gonna show you April, chat. You know, we crushed it in April. We did very fantastic. We hit 50,000 subs, but we had 500,000 expenses. Yeah. So just to give you an idea, like every stream we're doing like 2-3 segments.
Please, I'm so intrigued.
Every stream we're doing 2 to 3 segments, right? So like we're opening Pokemon packs, 2,000. We got an animal from a shelter to come. We paid a shelter so that they could afford to house those animals. It's like 2,000 a piece, 4,000 depending on the animal. Like we tried to load me up to a bunch of helium balloons to see if I float to outer space, 15,000. We're doing work to the backyard, 7,000. But these are all daily streams though. So it starts to tally up over the course of a month. Even though there was no big marathon, it was still a lot of money spent. And that's not including January and April are tax months for me. So I pay my quarterly taxes and them shits hurt, okay? So that also was included in the tax number. So it is just overall a pretty rough month. But even though that's the case, we absolutely crushed it. That's peak for me, by the way. That's peak. So the metric that you really need to focus on here is actually not, hold on, slow it down. The metric you need to focus on is actually not the revenue, it's the time streamed. The longer you stream, especially if you want ads, there's way more ads in the stream. That's why the marathons hit. So even though it's a big investment, you might spend $180,000 on a marathon, because say chat, all of them, you eventually, hopefully one day, yeah. But most of them aren't that. I think most marathons, I spent like 10,000, 40,000. They're not all that crazy. Just that one happened to be super big. What up?
Yeah, but you see the problem now.
What's the problem?
You see your time and your revenue. If I do that because I have a Nigerian audience,
Yeah.
that I'm still going to get like $20.
You're right. So different countries have different ads, and America pays the most. So that's true. So if you live in a country that's not America, your ad rate is most likely, not always, a little bit less, just because America's super commercialized and consumerism is
What would
rampant.
you advise me to do?
If you can't get an American audience, that helps. But also you get paid in American, right?
Yes.
And in Nigerian bucks,
Okay,
that
but let me tell you something. So I have some American viewers, right? And I also have the Nigerian viewers. If American viewers are paying $6 per sub, Nigerian viewers are paying $1.
now I understand that. But I think what's possible is you dominate Nigeria and then you expand. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You could probably think of artists that have done the same thing where they dominate Nigeria and now they're global.
Yeah.
So the global opportunity is always going to be there. You just have to keep working.
Okay.
You'll get there, bro. So this was Twitch, and this is what YouTube looked like in a little bit more of an optimized month. And keep in mind, like, these are just clips from the stream, bro.
Reaction.
Yeah. What up, man?
I needed Jamal. Please.
Jamal, you're needed.
Come on. Is there a Samaya or
Probably
Nina
is.
here?
Yeah, maybe.
Samaya or Nina in here as well?
Nina's not here.
Okay. Jamal,
Is he in trouble? Oh, shit.
you gotta shoot to the dean's office.
Hey, before he goes, though, he aced his quiz.
Hey, congrats.
He didn't give a fuck. Hey, what up? What's that? Hold on, quiet, so we can hear her. Quiet.
When you do your taxes, do you have a business account and you pay yourself?
You gotta get an accountant. So we're gonna get to that. I don't know, because I'm not a tax accountant, and each state has different laws. So I don't wanna give you bad advice. You feel me? I wanna give you bad advice. But so let me get to it real quick. So this is, Twitch, we crushed it on Twitch. It did really, really well. And then YouTube did fantastic as well. So if we take a look, also I nailed it on brand deals. We had a lot of mega brand deals that month. And so the overall revenue was fantastic. Even though we spent $500,000, we still made money. You get what I'm saying? Say it again? Yeah, I spent $500,000. So I spent $500, but I made $800. So that's a winner for us. You want to win more than you lose, because that's how you stay in business. But if you lose, it's not the end of the world. And I really want to say, like, now you have $282,000. What's your next big idea? You get what I'm saying? That's what money does. Like, what's your next big idea? Like Streamer University, boom. Like, you guys all, I imagine, are creatives. Like, you have good ideas in your notes, in your textbooks, in your phone. Like, that's what helps make it happen. But it's not, but I also don't think you spend 100% of it on that, though. That's why Webull is sponsoring this right here. Because you should also invest it. Whatever avenue you choose to do it in. It could be real estate, it could be investing in stocks, it could be in whatever you feel comfortable in. Get informed. If you need a great trading platform, Webull is your platform. Dead ass.
I got a question, Adrian.
What's that, Sam?
So, I noticed you didn't really put marketing here. How much do you spend on marketing? Like clips, clippers, all that stuff. Do you do that?
I don't spend any anymore.
No?
No, it's all just happens. Yeah.
Is that paying?
So if you stream a lot, how many ads do you run?
So I run a little bit more than half. I know a lot of people max it. I would rather more people discover me than max my shit, even though it would make way more money, because I'm already making good enough money to do some of the ideas I want. But I prefer discoverability. Back in the day, before you could even get monetized on YouTube, I did it for free, knowing I could make a few thousands off it. When I was 15, by the way, like thousands and 15, bro. That's like every Call of Duty for the next 10 years. But I chose not to because I knew I had bad leverage. And if you know anything about the multi-channel networks back in the day, they was fucking content creators on bad contracts. I'm always deferring. Discoverability is always my preference, but money is also important. All right, so this is the pocket watching cheat sheet. I'm about to hand it out to y'all, okay? This is gonna give you a nice average. What I want y'all to take from this is I'm giving you a few instances of what you can get on the lower end of brand deals, higher end of brand deals. Lower end of ads, higher end of ads. Lower end of monthly views on YouTube, higher end of monthly views on YouTube. The reason why I'm giving a range is because if you're in tech and finance on YouTube, you're at the peak. You get hella bread. You might make $15,000 from 1 million views. If you do pranks and IRLs, the chances are you're probably in the mid-range, 3,000 to 5,000. It's a huge behemoth of a difference. There's no way to just snipe it. You just have to account for the variables. I haven't looked at chat all stream. I could be getting cooked. Am I getting cooked?
Don't let HMRC.
I don't know. I never know what to say.
Don't let HMRC see this.
Oh, what chat saying?
Yeah.
They're just freaking out on how much money you make and how much money you spend.
I know. I tell y'all niggas think I'm Mr. Beast, but I did that try and put as much back into it as I can. Every once in a while, I get myself fried, you know? But depends on RPM. You're right, but the RPM is the range. That's what I'm talking about. You know, finance niggas get a higher one, prank niggas get a lower one. So I want y'all to take a look at this cheat sheet. What you need to understand about pocket watching is that it's all variable. You'll make, hold on, quiet down. You'll make more money in September than you will in February. It's true. So that has to be accounted. Maybe you had a peak month. You can't say a nigga makes that every month. Maybe you had a bad month. You can't say a nigga makes that every month. It's impossible. So you have to account for all the variables. There's a lot. What ad rate they run, right? Even the length of their YouTube videos, because you could fit more ads in a longer YouTube video. That's why a lot of people run them VOD channels, because it's an 8-hour video, bro. You could span that bitch with ads. Like any variables that this should give you a baseline. If you see a nigga with 2,000 live viewers and you look at his streaming like he's probably running about half ads, you can calculate them, watch for an hour, see how much ads he's running. You can find out exactly how much that nigga makes. You can find out exactly how much he makes. Now, if it's like music, they sign private contracts. We don't know the details. All this information is publicly available. I don't have to be in your dashboard, you know? I could be on Twitch Tracker for your streams. I could be on Social Blade for your YouTube. And that's gonna give me your major revenue sources. Sure, Snapchat exists. Some niggas make money off TikTok and stuff like that, but these are the main. All right, man, now it's y'all turn to try, right? Let's give it a shot before I do it myself. Get in groups of 2, pocket watch. Get in groups of 2 and pocket watch each other.
Yeah, give me.
I know she makes because it's my brother.
Yeah, that's cheating. I'm parched right now. The way I need a beverage, bro.